All right, we have the latest news break that we are getting in. We're talking about victory laps and victory speeches. Arvind Kejriwal will take his victory lap at 3 p.m. after big Punjab win. Kejriwal victory speech at 3 p.m. You know, it's quite interesting because you can, draw that parallel to what's happening in Uttar Pradesh. Yogi Adityanath's victory lap, the Chief Minister at 5:30 p.m. Narendra Modi's victory lap at 6:30 p.m. right here where Delhi BJP headquarters are concerned. On the other hand, you already heard Bhagwant Mann, the new designate Chief Minister of Punjab, but Arvind Kejriwal also now making his victory speech, because this will be Arvind Kejriwal's platform of his party going national. Till now limited to Delhi. Arvind Kejriwal expected to speak at 3 p.m. I want to cut across. Manjeet, before I go to Harmeet, I have Manjeet Sehgal who's joining us live. Manjeet, we already heard from Bhagwant Mann, his victory speech. Arvind Kejriwal expected to speak at 3 p.m. but to be visiting Punjab very soon, going to Amritsar as well to take home Matha at Darbar Sahib.
Yes, indeed, Preeti. We heard that Arvind Kejriwal, along with all the leaders, will be soon visiting Punjab, will go to Harmandir Sahib to pay obeisance. Besides Harmandir Sahib, they are also expected to visit other shrines as well and will also be thanking the people of Punjab. We here at the Sangrur have witnessed a lot of hectic political activity. Supporters of Bhagwant Mann, besides the bureaucrats, are reaching in large number to meet Bhagwant Mann. Bhagwant Mann has just left his Sangrur home and is taking out a victory march in the city. His supporters can be seen riding the vehicles. They are shouting slogans. Bhagwant Mann, in his first speech, thanked the people of Punjab, showed flower petals on them and said that he'll be soon wielding the green pen, and the first job which he will do will be to start the recruiting process. He said he is disturbed and perturbed the way the unemployment is rising in Punjab. So he has assured the people of Punjab that they trusted him and now it is his job to deliver. Bhagwant Mann is in Sangrur, and all we know, Preeti, is that now from Roopnagar, the power center is the Sangrur from where the Chief Minister belongs to. Chief Minister categorically has said that there will be no photograph of the Chief Minister in all the government offices. There will be 2 photographs that will be displayed in every office that will be of Baba Sahib Bhimrao Ambedkar and Sardar Bhagat Singh. So he also assured the people of Punjab that he and his government will try to give a clean government and transparent administration to them. Remember, Aam Aadmi Party contested this election with the promise that they will build a new Punjab. They had also promised that the people of Punjab should give a chance to the Aam Aadmi Party. They have seen the governments and misgovernments rather that were run by the Congress, that were run by the Shiromani Akali Dal, that resulted in mismanagement. Punjab has been pushed towards a dark age. Remember, Punjab is under a huge debt of 3 lakh crore rupees, but it is now the Aam Aadmi Party government that will steer, that will bring back and put the economy back on the track. So huge win for Aam Aadmi Party here, and celebrations are already on, not only in Punjab but also in foreign. We witnessed supporters of Aam Aadmi Party dancing to the tune of Bhangra in various parts of Canada as well, Preeti.
In various parts of Canada as well. You know, I can totally believe that, Manjeet, the amount of Canada flags that I saw on top of cars, on top of buildings, on top of homes when I was traveling, especially in Doaba, because that's where the NRI belt is. But I want to pull in immediately Harmeet as well into this conversation. Harmeet, you didn't expect these numbers, but tell me, now that you've sat back and you've looked at these numbers and seen this emphatic win by the Aam Aadmi Party, where do you think they've scored? And what went wrong for the Shiromani Akali Dal and the Congress?
Preeti, first thing is that this is a vote of frustration. The people were extremely frustrated with the ruling political establishment, the opposition Akali Dal. So they have tried both, and they have been trying them for decades and decades. And now it's the vote of frustration. It's a vote of experiment as well. They are ready to experiment with Aam Aadmi Party. The promise of Rozgar, the promise of eliminating drug menace, the promise of governance at doorstep. I think people bought that idea. Okay, let's try Aam Aadmi Party. And especially, you know, what surprises me is the complete annihilation of the Shiromani Akali Dal. It's a sad news for Punjab in general, because Punjab has lost its own regional party 100 years after the party was formed, and we see it demolished by Aam Aadmi Party this way. So I have seen rallies of Akali Dal and they were packed, but in Punjabi, in rustic Punjabi, I would say, ये तो उसका जुलूस निकल गया. I mean, this is that level of annihilation that we see in Punjab, especially of the Shiromani Akali Dal. Yeah, that said, one thing is clear, that Aam Aadmi Party has a lot to deliver. It's a huge gamble that Punjab has placed on AAP, and they have to start from day one.
All right, so they have to start from day one. Will it change the dynamics of Punjab politics for good? We don't know, because right now the onus is immediately on Aam Aadmi Party and Arvind Kejriwal, fronted with clearly is Bhagwant Mann, to deliver. There are a lot of promises that have been made. You heard Bhagwant Mann's speech there, and he said, you have done your job, aapne jhadu fera, now is my job. Now is when I come into play. I want to bring Manjeet Sehgal back into this conversation. He's been reporting from Sangrur, Bhangra, outside Bhagwant Mann's residence, Manjeet. But I want to ask you, what now? Is there, you know, any roadmap in terms of, you know, by tomorrow we know Arvind Kejriwal is coming in all probability, him with his lion's share, which is 92 right now, of, you know, the seats that he has won. 92 of his candidates would be going to Amritsar. But, you know, there are a lot of promises that he's made. And he's also given timelines. He's, you know, spoke to us telling us, okay, once I come into power, first month this, second month this, first year this. You know, his task is cut out.
Well, Preeti, the first thing is to celebrate the victory, which is huge, for the Aam Aadmi Party, which was eagerly waiting for this day to happen. Remember, in 2017, Aam Aadmi Party had made some mistakes as well, but this time all mistakes were removed and the party chalked out a clear strategy to win this election. Chief Ministerial face was announced, and that is that benefited the party. Besides this, the party also banked upon the failures of the ruling Congress government and the misgovernments in particular. The party was also able to raise the bogey of the Mafia Raj in Punjab, and clearly told the people that if they want a change, they should vote for a change. So Aam Aadmi Party sought votes for a change. So now it is time to celebrate. Arvind Kejriwal and all other leaders will be touring.
You know, in all this infighting, Manjeet, you know, in all this infighting, you know, just stay with me. I want to bring in Harmeet as well, because ultimately, if you look at it, Captain Amrinder Singh has lost his seat. Charanjit Singh Channi has lost both his seat. Sidhu, I'm not sure if his seat has been declared, but I'm sure is on his way to lose his seat. In this infighting within the Congress and, you know, the breakup with what happened, the clear benefactor, and I'll bring you in, Harmeet, has been the Aam Aadmi Party, because Captain Amrinder Singh in some convoluted way has achieved what he wanted to do, which was to destroy the Congress. So he's lost his own seat, but the Congress is also all done.
In Congress, there are not two factions. There is one Channi faction, there was one Sidhu faction, there was one captain faction, and then there was the High Command, which also was a faction.
True.
Right? So all these factions, they worked to, it was like political suicide that they committed. I think Navjot Singh Sidhu, what he did to Channi, I think that should be unpardonable. Because he was like, you know, every day and every...
Okay.
I mean, it's like...
All right, I'm going to cut you short. The reason we are doing so is we're going to cut across right now to Goa. Pramod Sawant, the incumbent chief minister, will he be the chief minister again? Because Goa is poised right now that the BJP form government again. Will it be Pramod Sawant? He's won from his seat. Let's listen in to what Pramod Sawant is saying.
डॉक्टर प्रमोद सावंत इस वक्त हमारे साथ मौजूद है। सर, बहुत बहुत बधाई आपको इस जीत के लिए। सुबह सवेरे आप यहाँ पर आए थे, मंदिर पूजा अर्चना करनी थी, जीत के बाद फिर से यहाँ पर आए। जीत का श्रेय किसके साथ?
मैं जीत का श्रेय पहले भगवान को देता हूँ, बाद में गोवा की जनता को देता हूँ और बाद में हमारे केंद्रीय नेतृत्व और राष्ट्रीय नेतृत्व और जो स्टेट के लीडर्स हैं इन सबको देता हूँ। अच्छी तरह से कैंपेन करने के वास्ते उन्होंने इतनी बड़ी जीत भारतीय जनता पार्टी को मिली है।
उम्मीद कर रहे थे जीत का दायरा ऐसा ही?
ऑफ कोर्स, मैं तो 22 में 22 प्लस बोल रहा था। अभी भी 1-2 सीट इधर उधर हो रहे हैं, शायद हमें 20 सीट।
इंडिपेंडेंस को भी साथ में लेके जाएंगे, किस तरीके का आपको सपोर्ट कैसा मिला इंडिपेंडेंस को?
इंडिपेंडेंट है ऑलरेडी सपोर्ट। हमें 3 इंडिपेंडेंट लोग हैं, उन्होंने हमारे पार्टी के अध्यक्ष के साथ बात करके हमें सपोर्ट डिक्लेयर किया है।
मुख्यमंत्री प्रमोद सावंत ही बनेंगे?
वो तो पार्टी के अध्यक्ष से डिसाइड करेंगे।
बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया। कैमरा पर्सन राकेश सालस्कर के साथ पंकज उपाध्याय, गोवा आज तक।
All right, you just heard Pramod Sawant there. Will he be the next chief minister of Goa? Well, that's the big question. He's won his seat, but in Goa politics, you don't really know what's going to happen next. But BJP clear forming government in 4 states out of 5. The only other outlier, the Aam Aadmi Party, sweeping the state of Punjab. With these visuals of Pramod Sawant visiting a temple, this was earlier this morning before the trends actually kicked in. Well, it's paid off, that temple visit. The BJP is clear in Goa. With these visuals, going into a quick break. To stay with us.